Greetings, this is Melissa from 8th House Wisdom. I'm here to leave a video. Um, After the full moon, the super full moon that we just experienced in Scorpio, leading into this weekend's Mother's Day in an environment of quarantine. Um, I am a psychotherapist in addition to being an astrologer, and during this particular period of time, of the quarantine, I've been actively working with a wide range um, of clients, women, and couples because, let's be real, this kind of environment and all of the stress that we have on us um, can really be the catalyst for healing and growth. And a lot of people have chosen to do that through either wanting it to increase their knowledge via more astrological services, readings, birth charts, transits, but also in my work as a therapist, in wanting to do some healing because we have some downtime. And downtime is relative in that we're able to be home and have less motion. Um, but also because with the advent of everything that's happening with video, telemedicine and teletherapy really makes that kind of service a lot more accessible to people, I think, than ever before. And they've considered it now because we're accessing so many more things via video. So, in the past 2 months, we've had a lot of triggers, and I've had exponential growth in my therapy practice, which is totally online in basis. And that work really got me to thinking about Mother's Day and this full moon because we have experienced the last of 4 full moons. And the moon is the mother and the archetype. And it's just, when it happened, and it's happening, it happened on this Wednesday. And so leading up, it's only a few days. Tomorrow will be Mother's Day. And there's been an intensity because it was a full moon in Scorpio, and full moons are about completion. And Scorpio is a sign of intensity. That's one of the things that eighth house natives are kind of known for. So when you add that kind of mix, plus the symbology of the moon being the mother archetype, and all that kicks up while we have all of this downtime and we're working from home, which also is just an environmental kind of trigger that we associate with mothers. Um, this can bring up a lot of angst or difficulty for people, as I've listened to, people who are dealing with the grief, having lost their mothers, and not being able to engage in their normal rituals of going to honor them at cemeteries because of the way that the quarantine has shifted that, or down to or not being able to see them because our parents are elderly and they're in senior care facilities where there's a restriction, and so our normal routine is interrupted. Or just being apart from them and normally being able to travel to go see them because you would do it by plane and not being comfortable or able to travel during this period of time. And so I just want to remind everybody that it's okay to first and foremost be experiencing this during this time. It's natural. And to really kind of implore any person who's been thinking about or considering reaching out and getting some counseling or some support, that you try to channel maybe some of the pain and difficulty that you're dealing with through, if at all possible, accessing it and letting this be the catalyst for you to prioritize yourself, your health, your well-being, literally mothering yourself, potentially in the absence of that mother that might be the root of the pain, um, or the angst that you're experiencing. And then for those of us who are in the position who can contact our mothers and make connections with them, um, reconcile, make peace. So many powerful things are happening on such a deep level, even down to thinking about the mother as the earth mother and the ways in which she's being able to heal because of our restricted action during quarantine time, and how she's mothering us all, and how we want to send her love so that we can get back to normal, because part of this is about a clearing and a cleansing, even if it's just a clearing and a cleansing of the virus, and its energy and its impact and effect on people, but going deeper and thinking about it existentially and astrologically, because so much is preparing to happen right after this Mother's Day to roll forward, between the super full moon energy in Scorpio, to experiencing Jupiter, Saturn, and Venus all going into retrograde, between now and kind of in cascading days, the 11th, the 13th, and the 14th of May. There's an intensity and there's a focus on aspects of things that have happened in the past. And mothers have connections to past as it relates to roots, because they're one side of the root branch on our tree, in our family tree. And so, there's just a lot energetically that's being activated. And so the lack of busyness in all of our lives means that we're going to feel it more. And, people have been eating it away and drinking it away and smoking it away and sexing it away. And, people, if we have outdoor activities or social activities that normally used to take the place and take the edge off, we may be leaning on those things a little more. So again, the energy that happens around this time, around Mother's Day, around the celebration and the grief, it's this time, it's like that most years for people, just because of what we're talking about. But when we add the stress of what we've been dealing with, I think it's at an all-time high. And so we just really all need to be mindful about that. And I think also mindful about the way we both honor mothers and honor people's grief and their process, so that, everybody can heal. Because lots of people are reaching their tipping points. But again, that's why I really want to just encourage anybody and everybody. This is the time to do personal development work. Because you're being forced to do it. Because this is a new pattern, and we're having to learn how to cope in new ways, and learning new things about ourselves, learning new things about our relationships with our spouses and our relationships with ourselves. And if you kind of get ahead of it and decide, okay, I'm going to kind of choose to be here and to try to be an active participant in understanding how to best negotiate this and make some lemons out of lemonade, versus allowing life and this stuff to happen to you, it can shift the way you want to feel and the way you do feel in the situation. So that was just really on my mind and on my heart to leave. And also, finally, just to give great gratitude to all of the mothers who are out there. And because of the space that I'm in and the way that I'm feeling, I'm going to be working tomorrow to try to serve clients because I know how rough it can be therapeutically. So, mother yourself regardless tomorrow. Lavish yourself with love and attention and self-care. Take a bubble bath. Do anything that makes you feel relaxed and helps you develop or produce the feel-good hormones without any guilty afterthoughts. Um, Sending you all a lot of light and love and a happy Mother's Day.